So here's kind of the way I look at it. If someone is going to give you the same lease payment on a car that has significantly more stuff for exactly half of what you put down, it's kind of silly not to consider it. And a lot of it, as I mentioned, is Mazda's just desperate for pre-owned callers. I mean, hell, every manufacturer is. So to give you an example, this was the trim level of the CX-30. It is called the preferred trim level. I kind of think the CX-30 might be the sweet spot for you because you had mentioned looking at a sedan, perhaps even sticking with another CX-5, and this is directly in between. So to kind of show you, this is a CX-30 and over in the corner is a CX-5. So this is basically the Honey, I Shrunk the CX-5 SUV, but it just has an overall kind of different look and feel to it because Lexus kind of had their hands in this particular one. Now you are going significantly up on equipment. So you'll notice up here in the grille that the emblem now is flat because you have all of like your self-driving technology for the stop and go traffic. You have radar cruise, the car will pull itself in the lane if you're drifting. Your headlights can use high and low beams automatically at night. You'll still have things like the blind spot system with your current spurt hat. Oh my god, I can't talk. I'm like having a fucking speech impediment right now. Your current blind spot system and backup camera, that stays, as well a couple of extra features, which I can kind of go over, like the collision avoidance. So basically, if this vehicle ever sense you were going to crash into something, it'll stop. You pick up Jesus, God, Chase, what is happening with me? You pick up an extra inch on your wheel size. You know, size matters. So you have an 18-inch alloy wheel. And just kind of going along to the rear, you'll see it has a little bit kind of different, almost more angular of a look. It's a little bit flatter. Your tail lights are wide width and they're full LED. You have a blacked out spoiler on top. Obviously, this is going to be all-wheel drive. And even you'll notice, well, it would help if I unlocked the fucking car, but space-wise, you're really not compromising too much on space. I know that you're pretty active with running and all that stuff, so hauling any gear, not a problem. Now, if the key is in your pocket or a bag, a new feature is the advance key, to where you can just grab the handle and it will unlock, so you never have to actually pull the fob out to lock or unlock it. And then interior-wise, I will say this just to me has a little bit cooler of an interior. You'll notice that they use lapis accents, so you kind of have like this kind of almost deep blue all through the interior. It all spans the width of the top of the dash, and then even all of the leather running along the center console. Now, dash-wise, you'll see it is a little bit more of a luxury design. Everything is very clean at the bottom, sort of clean at the top, but it kind of goes down at an angle to give it some contrast. Your screen is much larger. It's now a 9-inch as opposed to the 7-inch that you have. Again, you know, a little extra inches matter here and there. Your seating, you are in full leather seats. You'll notice that they are power with power lumbar, and then you'll notice memory. So if you have somebody else that drives your car, I think, you know, I have stalked you on Facebook, you have a partner. So if you guys are a little height difference, because I know you're pretty tall, you can set your memory seat to that way. If anyone else ever drove your car with the press of a button, everything that you enjoyed sitting at last time will recall. So hopping in here, you'll even notice that you have a digital gauge cluster, so you can kind of change the middle if you want more of like just a digital speedometer as opposed to a projection. Climate-wise, gone is blue for cold, red for hot. It's now a dual zone temperature system, so you and a passenger never have to fight on temperatures. You'll see the screen is high up and a little bit different of a kind of a Connect system. Again, Lexus had their hands in the development of this. So it's a whole new layout. Obviously, you'll have things like your backup camera and even things like the remote start. That's standard. So now there's an app that you download on your phone and it will lock and unlock and remote start your car anywhere in the world. And then a pretty nice feature kind of going into summer, you will see you have a sunroof. The difficult part is going to be color. Good Lord, I hope you like this silver combination because this is literally like the only preferred trim I have in decades. I'm just pulling it back up into the parking spot. Now, of course, I could go over and over and over all of the feature differences, such as the texture that they put along the center console, how this is restyled, how the key is now different, and so forth. But then I would be actually making like a whole-length movie. But hopefully this video kind of helps go over a couple things for you, Chase, and I'll look forward to hearing back. Thanks again.